Hi, my name is Alvin, and my metric number is BB22161049, and I'm from Group 9 from Section 3. And this is our group member, and I would like to present Part 1, construct appropriate graph or chart to compare the relative frequency and cumulative relative frequency in each data set. And this is the table for relative frequency and cumulative frequency of domestic passenger. And for frequency is the number of times a particular value for a variable has been observed to occur. And for relative frequency is divide the frequency by the number of data value. And for cumulative frequency is calculated by adding each frequency from a frequency distribution table to the sum of its predecessor. And for upper limit, the highest possible value. And this is the bar chart for relative frequency passenger airline domestic. And the highest category is from 100,000 to 300,000, and the lowest category is from 600,000 to 900,000. And this is the line chart for cumulative frequency passenger airline from domestic. And the lowest is from 0 to 100,000, and the highest category is from 900,000 and above. And this is a table for relative frequency and cumulative frequency of international passenger. And this is the bar chart for the relative frequency passenger airline from international. And the highest is from 100,000 to 300,000. And the lowest is from 600,000 to 900,000. And this is the line chart for cumulative frequency passenger airline from international. And the lowest is from 0 to 100,000. And the highest category is from 900,000 and above.
Hi, my name is Tamika Lucian. My number matrix is BP22110452. Part 2 is about calculate and compare measure of center location in each data set. First one, I will count about the mean for both data sets, which is domestic and international. I will sum out all data in this data set and divide it by 24. Because we have 24 airlines here, and we will get 50,424,717, and I will divide with 24 to get the final answer, which is 642,696.54. Same goes to the calculation for international, which I will get the final answer with the amount of 740,362.38. So each data for domestic and international passengers has 642,696.54 and 740,362.38 mean respectively. International passengers are 97,665.84 more than domestic passengers. The second one is median. As I write here, rearrange the data set from lowest data to the highest data count to get the median. So here is the data that I have rearranged for both data set of domestic and international. Hence, each data for domestic and international passengers has 217,716 and 150,535 medians respectively. International passengers are 67,181 less than domestic passengers. This last one is mod. Mod is the value that occur most often. When we look back at the data given here, there is no value that occur most often. Hence, there would not be any mod for both the domestic and international data set. This is because the data set provided have no data that has the most frequent occurring value. Every data set are different amount which lead to the absence of mod in this data.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Haji Azil Izwan bin Julaimin, matrix number BB22110941. I'm gonna present the part 3. The question is calculate percentiles and construct box plot in each dataset. First, I arrange the data like this for the domestic and this for international. Next, I find the 62% domestic, 25%, 50%, 75% using this method. Next, and this is for international, I use the same method. Next, for finding the box plot, I use the formula IQR equal 3 Q3 minus Q1. For LL, Q1 minus 1.5 times by QR, and UL, Q3 plus 1.5 times by QR. And this is the result that I get. And next, this is my final result. I use the pie chart to do this plotting.
Hello, my name is Nurul Sadim Bitus. My metric number is BB22110931. Now I will present part 4, which is calculate and compare measures of dispersion in each dataset. In this part, there are only three calculations, and it is range, variance, and standard deviation. And the last one is coefficient of variation, CV, range. Range is we calculate it by subtracting the maximum value and the minimum value. And as we can see, the calculation for the international is higher than domestic. And standard deviation. The variance is defined as the average squared difference of the scores from the mean. The standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. And the formula is sample variance equals the sum of the squared difference between each xi and x bar divided by n minus 1. And as you can see, the calculation for the international is higher than the domestic. This is stable for the domestic, and this is for the international. Coefficient of variation, CV. The coefficient of variation is a dimensionless relative measure of dispersion that is defined as the ratio of the standard. The formula for the CV is S divided by X bar multiplied by 100. And as we can see, the calculation for the international is higher than domestic.
Hello everyone, my name is Paswan Perniagaan and my metric number is BB2211093. In this slide, I will gonna explain about my part 5, which is calculate and interpret measure of association. I use the following table for the calculation, the covariance, and the correlation sufficient for graph X and value Y bar. Before we going to calculate the covariation and the correlation, we need to know the X and Y bar. And I already calculate, which is bar X is 642697 and Y bar is 740362. So to get the covariance, we need to minus value of X variable and X bar that I already talked, and multiply value of Y variable minus Y bar and divided by 24 minus 1. So this is the answer for covariance, which is 1.3810. So the next correlation. I use the following formula is rxy equal to sxy divided by sxsy. The first thing we do is on this part. The first thing we do is calculate the covariance, right? So I already done divided it by the standard deviation, but I'm not going to detail because the next division already explained it on part 4. So the answer for correlation is 17.22.